Kiana Satatu is Anthem Super. Boys, are we ready for race number 3 of the championship? Hard to believe we're already 3 races in, and it's super close at the top of the championship at the moment. I hope I made that a private lobby. I hope I made that a private lobby. I can't remember if I did or not. Did anyone remember if I made it a private lobby or not? I can't remember if I made it like a subscriber only lobby or a friends list only lobby. Yeah, that's kind of not good. Whoops. I can't remember. Rob Goblin, the first out on track. We have Invisible Trio, and we have Thomas and Icon. We have Jaggy Marathon coming shortly. I think Spooky is filling in for him, but playing on his account, which is a strange one, but that's the crack with it. Yeah, here we go, folks. Let's watch some of the quali. Rob Goblin first out on track at the moment. 6 people in the stream, but if you haven't already, please do hit that like button for me. I really would appreciate it. Rob Goblin, first person out on track, followed by Icon on the outlap at the moment. Rob Goblin starting into this qualifying session, and he's home race, and he's team's home race. Big day for Goblin racing at home in front of their home crowd. Better put it up into the chat actually that we have gone live. I believe it's a private lobby. I hope it's a private lobby. If it's not, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna check right now if it is or not. I'm just gonna check. Friends only, yeah, okay, perfect. I have it set for friends only. Super. Right. Let me just share this real quick. Copy the link. And then dump this into perfect. Now everybody knows we're here and we're going. And we're ready for rare. And Rob Goblin, first person out on track, is starting to set a lap time. 19 seconds in Sector 1. How is he going to be through Sector 2? I think the best we've seen so far was a 32 into Sector 2, and that was by Icon. And it's a 33 and nearly a 34 into Sector 2, which seems to be a good time to be at. How are you, Super Rise Live? How are you doing? Jaggy Marathon says, wait for me. Jaggy, there is a half an hour of practice session, dude, so you've got loads of time. You've got exactly 25 minutes, so don't panic too much. Rise, how are you doing, buddy? Icon, Thomas Kringer, how are you all doing, fellas? I hope you're all having, or Kinger, should I say. How are you all doing? Simi69 now into the lobby. Rob Goblin, the first person out on track, setting his times. How will he be through Sector 4? Looks good through Sector 4. I think around the 120 mark going into the last corner. 122, I believe, is kind of the times you... I'm good, thank you. I'm glad you're good, Rise. Lelost is now in as well. Rob Goblin coming across the line to set a 134. Very fast lap for Rob Goblin. He goes straight to the top of the leaderboard. How is Icon going to fare out? Icon is on a personal best at the moment and the fastest lap in the race. He got off the track. He went off the track in the final corner there on his fast lap, and he was going. He had set the purple sector, which means he was fastest on track at that time. Whoopsie! I forgot to turn on my old camera. There we go. It's on now. So at the moment, it's Rob Goblin who is at the top of the leaderboard. Thomas has not set a lap time yet, but he is about to set a lap time. The teammate of Invisible Trio Seto Kavia, how do people enter the championship? Dude, the championship is unfortunately full. Thomas goes fastest overall. Unfortunately, dudes, Alejandro, today's going to be my day. Wait, I'll buy into the car now. Wait, I'll buy the car now. Oh, wow. Super power, dude. Cito, unfortunately, the championship is full, but you can come under my wing as a reserve driver for if people I need people to fill in for other drivers. That's no problem. If you'd like to do that, that's no problem. If you'd like to get involved in things like that, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll get people to post in what the Discord link is and things like that. Moose in the chat, where is Superpow? Superpow is not here yet. Thomas is currently 9/10 of a second faster than Rob Goblin. Rob Goblin is in second at the moment on an out lap. Icon was going fastest overall, but had an incident there at the final corner. Simi69 out on track now. Lilos now starting his fast lap. Greta now out on track as well in third at the moment. We're waiting on Superpow Jaggy Marathon, and we're waiting on a couple of other drivers as well. 6 here at the moment. 10 people in the stream, boys. How are you all doing? Please do hit that like button if you haven't done already. And if you're new, hit the subscribe button too. That'd be great. Also, Cito, welcome to the Super 25 Night Ride channel. Greta Thunberg out on track at the moment on a fast lap, coming up towards Sector 4. Crosses Sector 4. Seems to be kind of quick through Sector 4, it will have to be said. He looks a lot more solid than he did in practice. How will he be coming up to the final corner is the question. Rob Goblin inherits the lead again. Greta Thunberg, Spider Racing Team. A little bit slower through that corner. It could be on for a 136 or 7, I think. Crosses the line with a 137.3, which puts him into third. In fact, Thomas is now out on track, 9/10 of a second faster than Rob Goblin. Rob Goblin 3.1 seconds faster than Greta at the moment. Lilost is now out. He's about to set his fast lap. Gets a little bit up onto the curb, but is out on the track in the Suzuki Swift. Invisible Trio now is in the chat, or into the lobby, should I say. Lilos crosses the line, is only good for fourth. Simi69 has gone fastest overall amongst anybody on the grid at the moment. Through sectors, what appears to be Sector 3. How will he be through Sector 4 is the question. Sector 4 will tell all. How is he getting on? How is he getting on? Sector 4 now. How would he get on through Sector 4? It didn't give us a time through Sector 4, but it did say he was purple. 10 people in the stream, boys. How are you all doing? If you haven't done it, please do hit that like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button too. Only 6 likes on the stream, and there's 10 people here. Come on, folks, you can do better than that. Simi69 looks to be very quick. Simi69 goes a 133, which is good enough for second place for him, and puts Rob Goblin out by 0.8 of a second. How's Icon? Icon's on the personal best and just go fastest overall by 1 second. He goes 1 second faster than Thomas with a 132, which is a lot slower than what he was setting in the practice session, but he is going faster than everybody else out on track at the moment. Invisible Trio is now out on track also. Invisible Trio won last week's race. So it'll be interesting to see how Invisible Trio gets on. He's on an out lap at the moment. Lilos now back out on track, trying to find some sort of pace. Greta has a 3-second time penalty. Thomas and Greta get close and close with each other. Greta gives way and lets him by. Invisible Trio now is on his out lap still. Where's his teammate? Thomas is in the pits. Rob Goblin is up behind what appears to be Greta and trying to get past him, who has a time penalty, whereas Rob Goblin's on a push lap by the looks of it, coming up towards Sector 2. How will he be through Sector 2 is the question. Icon fastest overall at the moment. Goes through Sector 2, is 2/100 seconds slower than his personal best, which means he could probably improve coming down this back straight. The Nissan GTR is extremely quick in a straight line. Greta has an 8-second time penalty. Rob Goblin 7/100 of a second slower than his personal best so far, but is pushing quite hard. Rob Goblin How will he be through Sector 4? He is 4/10 faster in Sector 4. How will he be through Sector 5 is the question. He might make up time on Simi. He's definitely halved that time. That 8/10 of a second deficit, and definitely halved it. Rob Goblin looks very quick. It have to be said. He looks quick. Crosses the line, goes 8/10, and there's only 6 100s in it between himself and Simi. What an epic lap from Rob. That was 1:33.4. Very fast lap from Rob. Very fast lap from Rob. How will he be through Sector 1? It's a little bit up on the grass, but that's okay. How will he be through Sector 1? He's 4/10 slower in Sector 1, but that is okay as well. Greta now on an out lap. Invisible Trio has yet to set a lap time, but here he goes. He's coming down towards the final turn, and then it'll be a straight punch the whole way up to the finish line. It looks to be slow. It would have to be said. It looks to be slow. It looks to be very slow. It is slow too. That's unusual for Invisible Trio, considering where he was last week. He's 7/10 behind Greta Thunberg. Thomas is up in second at the moment, and Icon seems to have improved massively as well. Icon's at 31. We didn't see that lap, but he has improved it by 2 seconds. It's a 2-second improvement from Icon's last time. He's on his out lap now. Let's ride on board with Icon and see how he gets on. Started his fast lap now, gets onto the left and swings it into the right of turn 1 into turn 2. Now into turn 3. And turn 4. He is gone 1/10 of a second fastest overall of his own lap time through turn 5 now. Icon is in a different league of all his own altogether here. 1.6 seconds out, and then he gets a little bit wide, and that'll be that lap time destroyed for him. But he's only 1/10 of a second slower. Yeah, he's gone back to the pit lane. Invisible Trio now out on track. How will Invisible Trio get on? Invisible Trio is 2.8 seconds faster than his last lap, which means he is definitely going to be up in and around the top 3 by the looks of it. "15 minutes to the start of this race." Here comes Thomas, or Invisible Trio, goes a 1:32.9 and is good enough for third. He's 1/10 of a second behind his teammate Thomas. Invisible Trio and Simi69 is 3/10 off of Invisible Trio, and Rob Goblin is 6 100ths of a second off of Simi69. Simi69 making that Suzuki Swift absolutely scream out there. Trio coming back out onto the track now, behind his teammate right behind him. His teammate, both of them are on an out lap. They seem to be swapping roles. They're going side by side into turns 2. Thomas giving him enough space that he can get through. I wonder, are they going for a pull lap? I think they're going for a pull lap. It seems that they're swapping roles and going to go for a push lap with Slipstream. That's what it appears. Thomas is second at the moment. Invisible Trio is the lead car for the time being, so we'll try and gain some sort of an advantage, hopefully, I'd say is what they're going for, to see how they get on. They're on an out lap, so it doesn't matter a whole pile, but they are going to definitely be looking to improve their lap times with a Slipstream. Let's watch and see what happens here. Thomas in second behind Invisible Trio. What appears to be a very, it's an attempt at getting that first place off of Icon in the 458 Italia. Very solid car, that 458 Italia. Icon's making it sing for him. Rob Goblin in the pits at the moment. Invisible Trio now does go out ahead of Thomas. Got a voice message from Mr. Rob Goblin. It was a voice message that said sorry and an evil laugh behind it. I'm not sure what he did, but he seems to be rather impressed by it. Tommy Justin now is out on track. Rob is coming out onto the pit. And now Thomas is, after gone ahead of Invisible Trio. I wonder, did they do that pull already? Invisible Trio now behind Thomas. When it was the role was reversed. I wonder, is Invisible Trio going to be pulling a toe off of Thomas? Because they're following close behind. How will Invisible Trio get on? Here's the question. Through Sector 3, Invisible Trio is 4 seconds slower than Thomas. But how is Thomas going? We'll find out through Sector 4. Sector 4 will tell all. Goes through Sector 4 right about now. It didn't pop up. Oh, there it is. He is 5/100th of a second faster than his personal best so far. And there is the current championship leader, Super Pow, appearing. 9 people in the stream, boys. Thank you ever so much. I really do appreciate all of you coming over to check out the race today. Thomas pushing hard towards the line. Is he going to be faster, though, than Icon? I don't think he is. He's good enough for a 1:33. It's actually 2/10 slower than his original fastest lap, which is unusual. Rob Goblin now on an out lap. Simi 69 is 6/100th of a second ahead of Rob Goblin. Rob Goblin's going to be wanting to snatch that off him. Here goes Rob Goblin crossing the line now to start his push lap. Superpow's left the room. Not sure what's going on with Superpow. Superpow has backed out, though, for the short period of time. Waiting on TSG, Rob Goblin's teammate. He's nearly... Oh, Rob Goblin's off the track! And is into the barriers. Not sure what happened. Oh, maybe he kept it out because he's starting to turn it around. There was no damage taken, so he managed to keep it out the barriers. That was well executed from Rob. You don't have tires. Well, it doesn't rain, Superpower. Apparently it doesn't rain in England, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Apparently, Brands Hatch, there's no rain in England. I swear to God, that's an actual, apparently a thing. Both Speedstars are off the track. Here comes Call Me Justin. Call Me Justin is on an outlap at the moment. Has no time set at the moment. He is on an outlap, though. Let's watch on board with Call Me Justin. What appears to be out in some sort of Nissan. I'm not actually sure what car that is. It could be an NSX. It could be a Silvia, actually. I think it is the Silvia. It looks like the Silvia. I'd say it's the Silvia he's out in. One of the better cars of the GR4 range is the Silvia. And Call Me Justin has definitely gone with it and is pushing hard. It's a GTR, but I'd say it's a GTR Silvia. And now Call Me Justin starts his push lap. Oh, he's gone very wide there. Oh, he gets up on the... Oh, he's lost it. He's spun round. He has gone round. He just got one wheel up into the gravel trap and it just sucked him out. Simi 69 has put in an absolute scorcher of a lap. An absolute scorcher of a lap. Rob Goblin 4/10 now off of Invisible Trio. How is he through Sector 1? He is 1/10 of a second faster than his personal best, which means he is now 3/10 off of Invisible Trio at the current moment in time through Sector 1. How will he be through Sector 2 is the question. Goes through Sector 2 and is 6/100th of a second slower, but that's okay. He can make it back on the straight. I mean, it's the GTR. It's a very fast car on the straight, so he can make it back. He has to take the exit of Sector 2 or Sector 3 very, very quickly. He's 2/10 slower now than what he was, but he looks like he is pushing. He's pushing very hard. He does take that with quite a bit of speed. A home race for Rob Goblin and the Goblin Racing team today. They'll be pushing hard. TSG is yet to appear, but TSG is on his way. Waiting on Jaggy Marathon as well, wherever he is. Lelost is fast at the moment. Simi 69 now into the pits. And Rob Goblin decides to abandon the lap and comes into the pit. Call Me Justin is on an out lap and is starting his lap now. Where's Superpow? Superpow's on an out lap as well, in that beautifully designed by yours truly livery. It was only slapped together, really speaking, because I just didn't have time to complete it properly. But it looks okay. The Devil Racing team, the Spaniard out, the current championship leader, is about to start his fast lap. The yellow and gold of the Devil Racing team. Or the gold and white of the Devil Racing team. They were red last year, they have decided to go white and yellow this year. And now Superpow is starting his fast lap. That's right on board. There it goes, crash. Superpow now starting his fast lap. How will he get on is the question. How is he going to be through sectors 1 and then sector 2, which is where you make up most of the time. Jaggy Marathon says his thing is gone. Well, get Spooky on then, Jaggy. Get Spooky to jump in if you can't get moving. Superpower 33 through sector 2. How will it be through sector 3? Thomas now goes ahead of Simi 69 by 1/10 of a second. Rob Goblin down in 6th at the moment, behind Call Me Justin by 2/10 of a second. Where is the championship leader? He's on a fast lap at the moment. Simi 69 into the pits now. Superpow rounding the second last corner. Looks very quick, it has to be said. He looks quick. .123. He's up there with what looks like to be an icon time lap. Here he comes. How will he be faring out? As a 132, a 133, a 134 is only good enough for 6th place. Icon 1.3 seconds ahead of everybody. Waiting on Invisible or TSG. 5 minutes to join in. TSG has, and we're waiting on Jaggy as well. Hopefully Jaggy gets moving soon. Rob Goblin in the pits. Thomas out in hard tyres. That's a peculiar one. Justin now into the pits also. Rob Goblin sent another voice message. Five minutes to start, folks, and everybody needs to be on track or you will lose your position on the board. With 5 minutes to the start of this Grand Prix, or this race should I say, for round 3 of the Super Championship, and you need to be on track. You need to be on track. Everybody needs to be on track or you will not start in the position that you have earned through qualifying. You will start at the back of the grid. Not by my choice, like, it just, that's the way it works. Greta Thunberg on an out lap. Simi 69 in third. Is gone fastest. Personal best, he set. TSG said he is coming. Hopefully Jaggy Marathon gets his shit together. Simi 69 out on track. How is Icon going? Icon is set at 131.4. Nine people in the thing at the moment. TSG said he is coming. TSG said he's on his way. And we're waiting on Jaggy as well. Icon on a fast lap. On a push lap. He's 0.2 of a second slower. But where is his championship rival, Super Pow? And his other championship rival, Invisible Trio, is in the pits at the moment, coming out now onto the track. Icon now coming out onto the track. Everyone is on track at the moment, waiting on TSG and Jaggy Marathon. 3 minutes to the start of this race. Oh, Simi's gone off. Simi and the Spider Racing team. In that Spider Race car thing. And they're Lelost as well. Lelost is off the track. Where's Call Me Justin? Call Me Justin's in the pits. Invisible Trio says sorry, Icon. I'm not sure what happened there. Icon on an out lap, pushing hard to try and keep his championship rival Super Pow at bay. Super Pow is struggling, crosses the white line on the pit entry, will receive a time penalty for that. Lelost pushing now. 1/10 of a second faster than his personal best at the moment. Icon on a push lap, on an out lap at the moment. Icon 1.2 seconds ahead of Thomas. Simi 69 1/10 behind Thomas. And Super Pow 4/100ths of a second behind Simi 69. Lelost 1/10 behind Super Pow. And then Invisible Trio 4/10 or 4/100ths of a second behind Lelost. And Rob Goblin 4/10 of a second behind Invisible Trio. This is very tight, folks. This is a very tight lineup here. Icon gone purple. 4/10 of a second gone purple. Pulling a slipstream now as well. TSG is in the lobby. Icon on a very fast push lap. TSG has left and rejoined. Either that or I'm losing my marbles. Icon last time there. It's starting now. We're just waiting on Icon to cross the line and TSG to join back in. I'm not sure what happened to TSG. He went out and maybe he had the wrong car. I don't know. Maybe he needs to buy tyres. I'm not sure. And Icon crosses the line with a 1:31.1. Anybody else on a fast lap? And the race is about to begin, folks. If you are in the pits, you will lose your track position. TSG, you need to hurry the hell up, dude. TSG is joining back in now. TSG has joined the room. You need to click that green tick ASAP, TSG. Please, Lord Jesus, don't give me any problems with initialization. Please, I beg you, do not give me initialization problems. TSG, you need to click that green tick ASAP. Lovely. And the race is starting, folks. Here we go. Race number 3 of the Super Championship. They line up on the front line. Icon in first. Lelost, Einfach Thomas. And here we go. False starts. Here we go, folks. Racing round number 3 of the Super Championship. Light 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's lights out and away they go. Icon gets off the line extremely quickly, but so does Lelost. Icon already way out ahead. Icon got off the line extremely quickly. Lelost down, in fact. Oh, there's a crash already. Simi 69's off the track. Rob Goblin is still alive. What happened to Simi 69? TSG's made up a position on his teammate. Rob Goblin is still there, makes a move on Greta Thunberg by the looks of it. It does get out ahead of him. Simi 69's after dropping the whole way back. I'm not sure what happened there, but he's got massive damage. TSG up into 7th. Invisible Trio now making a move on Call Me Justin. Super Pow moved up into 3rd from 4th position, and behind Lelost made up a huge amount of space, and Icon already 1.7 seconds out in the lead of this race. Everything's starting to calm down a little bit now. Call Me Justin looking to make a move on Einfach Thomas, and does get the move done, moves up into 4th place. Invisible Trio now looking to make a move on his teammate who has a massive time penalty. Invisible Trio, Rob Goblin moves to the outside, gets defended by, looking to make a move on Invisible Trio. Right behind him is Greta Thunberg. TSG dropped down to 9th. I'm not sure what happened to him. Here comes TSG though. Rob Goblin pushing hard to maintain his position. No damage on the car. He looks well, actually. TSG 3 seconds behind. Not sure what happened to him. But Simi 69 now coming up behind TSG. Oh, he bought wets and has wets on. Simi 69 coming into the pits now as well. Overtaken in the pit lane. Rob Goblin moves up into 6th. Looks to make a move on Invisible Trio, but Invisible Trio defends. Rob Goblin goes a little wide. Rob Goblin pushing now on Invisible Trio. Goes fastest overall, by the way. Rob Goblin is the fastest car on track right now. Gone purple in sectors 1 and 2. And is right behind Invisible Trio. Home race of the season for both Rob Goblin and his team Goblin Racing. TSG down in 9th at the moment. Simi 69. TSG now started on wet compound tyres. He forgot to change them before the start of the race. Rob Goblin is the fastest car on track right now and is gaining massively on Invisible Trio. Looked to make a move up in the inside, but it didn't work out. Still is the fastest car on track right now. Invisible Trio and Call Me Justin battling it out for 4th. Rob Goblin, fastest car on track, about to set the fastest lap time. Rob Goblin, 3 tenths, 2 tenths, makes a move down the inside. Does it go too deep? He does. But he manages to keep it on track, but that was an epic move. Invisible Trio coming right back at him. And now comes Rob Goblin in the slipstream of Invisible Trio. It'd be foolish to make a move down up into turn 1 though. Here comes Rob Goblin. Oh, he makes a move anyway. That was a dodgy move. That was a dodgy move. That one could go to the stewards. That one could go to the stewards. That was a very dodgy move. Invisible Trio has no damage. Rob Goblin has no damage, so maybe there was less contact than what it looked like, but that one looked a little bit fishy. Call Me Justin now Super Pow pushing for Leelast. Icon 6.3 seconds out ahead of everybody and has gone fastest overall. Rob Goblin moves up into 5th and did not receive a penalty for any unfairness, so it must have been a fair. It looked worse on screen than what it actually was. It must have. Invisible Trio coming right back though, and here comes Rob Goblin pushing on Invisible Trio on Commie Justin. Commie Justin defends, makes one move and then moves back to the outside line. Rob Goblin up onto the gritty stuff, and there goes Invisible Trio past. Look to make a move on Commie Justin. Commie Justin has front wing damage, and Rob Goblin is in 6th, but is really close to Invisible Trio still. 5/10. The battle for 4th is seriously close. Massive amount of... Look at the pace Rob Goblin gets on the straights. And there goes Rob Goblin, moved back up into 5th. Invisible Trio now right behind Rob Goblin and Commie Justin. Rob Goblin looking to make a move on Commie Justin and gets the move made. Commie Justin on the inside line though does take it back, and Invisible Trio goes ahead too. Rob went very wide, but now comes back Rob Goblin. Rob Goblin battling, coming into Sector 2. And now Rob Goblin gets a nice exit out of there, right on the tail of Commie Justin. Looks on the inside line, but Commie Justin shuts that door. Commie Justin now under pressure from Rob as he's in the slipstream of Commie Justin. And right coming up this back straight. Rob moves to the outside. Commie Justin defends. Rob Goblin goes through. What a move by Rob Goblin. Oh, Thomas goes wide. And Commie Justin's right on the tail of Rob Goblin. Commie Justin has serious front wing damage. Rob Goblin's tyres from battling are starting to drop off. Thomas has practically no damage on his tyres. I wonder, is they on hard compound tyres? But Rob Goblin, wow, is now pulling away from the pack, even in slipstream. Wow, what an epic move from Rob Goblin. Up into 4th at his home race. Wow, that's an epic show for him. TSG is 9 seconds behind Greta Thunberg and is pushing hard. Simi 69, 5 seconds behind TSG. Simi 69 had an incident at the start. I'm not sure what happened, but is starting to move. Greta Thunberg, TSG now pushing. Rob Goblin nearly a full second ahead of Commie Justin, who's defending against Invisible Trio. And Super Pow has a lot of damage, and Rob Goblin is gaining on him too. Quite a bit. Icon 7.7 seconds ahead. Lee lost in 2nd. Super Pow is losing quite a bit of time to Rob Goblin with that front right damage and front wing damage, but he's right on the tail of Leelast. The battle for 2nd place is now taking part. There goes Super Pow right behind the tail of Leelast. Leelast has no rear wheel damage, has front wheel, but Super Pow has damage and has tyre wear, quite a bit of it actually. Rob Goblin 1.3 seconds ahead of Commie Justin. Leelast now 8/10 of a second ahead of Super Pow, but Super Pow has a nice exit out of turn 1 and 2 and is now 6/10 behind him. Rob Goblin is 10 seconds behind Super Pow, was gaining on him, and Commie Justin seems to be right back in it all of a sudden. He's on a slower set of tyres though. Rob Goblins are starting to drop away. 6 laps in, and we're nearly at the turnover point. Icon 9.8 seconds in the lead. Tyres are starting to drop off. Oh, Lilas nearly goes very wide, and here comes Super Pow. Rob Goblin 1.3 seconds ahead of everybody. Call Me Justin's tyres are practically unused. Thomas and Invisible Trio are 4/10 apart from each other. Where's TSG? TSG is 6 seconds off of Simi. And Greta managing to hold on. I'm not sure what happened to TSG, but TSG is struggling out there, but is in the points. While his teammate is up the track quite a good bit. Call Me Justin 1.1 seconds behind Rob Goblin. Quite a bit of damage for Thomas and Invisible Trio. I'm not sure what happened then. Definitely wasn't from Rob Goblin. That was a move that may pass well before that. Icon 10 seconds in the lead of this race. 7 laps gone. Super Pow definitely not playing the long game, but Rob Goblin is most certainly not either. Call Me Justin definitely playing the long game. Definitely has to be on hard compound tyres or something. 0.8 of a second separate them now. Rob Goblin is starting to struggle on his set of tyres out there. Rob Goblin, oh, he got overtaken by Call Me Justin. Rob Goblin right behind Call Me Justin though, right in the slipstream. I'd suspect that Rob Goblin's tyres are starting to fade away just a little bit. Goes a little bit wide there, nearly loses it. And now Thomas and Invisible Trio are right behind him. Call Me Justin is going fast. Rob's tyres are dropping off. Lilas gained a little bit of time on Icon. I'm not sure what happened there. Super Pow dropping off a small bit as well. And at the current moment of time, with the power he's using, he's not going to make it to the end of the race on that tank of fuel. And he's got damage to his front right. And his tyres are dropping off. Rob Goblin into the pits. TSG 9 seconds now. Greta Thunberg stays out, but only Simi 69, 2.4 seconds behind. Rob Goblin is now released. And is 8 seconds behind Invisible Trio, but will be gaining time. Quite a bit of time on them, as they're going to have to pit at some point for fuel. Whereas Rob Goblin will not. Super Pow now dropping back from Lilas a little bit. He's starting to struggle. Call Me Justin is 13 seconds behind Super Pow, which means he is not safe if he pits. Whereas his Icon, on the other hand, he's looking pretty safe out there. Call Me Justin down in 4th at the moment, and Rob Goblin is gaining on Invisible Trio. And Thomas. A 4th place finish is in his heart. Greta now down into 9th. And TSG pushing hard to catch Greta. The gap is 8 seconds. Simi 69 now chasing after Rob Goblin. And Thomas comes into the pits. And so does Trio. And Rob Goblin moves up back into 5th. And is now 9 seconds behind Call Me Justin, who has front wing damage. I'm not sure how well Rob Goblin can push that, but he looks to be improving his lap times. Super Pow really starting to struggle out there. Icon 9 seconds in the lead of this race. And we're nearly at the turnover point. Rob Goblin, I'm not sure if he's toning down his fuel consumption, but he's going to have to, because he's going to have to pit again if he doesn't. Greta Thunberg under pressure from TSG, who is now ahead of Einfact Thomas and Invisible Trio. There's only 5 seconds in it to TSG. TSG is catching Greta Thunberg at a rate of knots. Rob Goblin 7 seconds ahead of Simi 69. And 9 seconds behind Call Me Justin, who's got off the track! Call Me Justin has gone off the track, but has come back on. Will have lost a lot of time to Rob Goblin. And has lost a lot of time. You can see that time dropping back. That front wing damage is affecting the car. Not a whole pile. Super Pow into the pits. Where's Call Me Justin? Rob Goblin could move up into 4th place and inherit it from Super Pow. Super Pow has gotten his damage repaired. Front wing getting repaired now, and he's refueling. Whereas Rob Goblin rounding the back. And Call Me Justin moves up into 3rd, and there goes Rob Goblin. Whereas Simi could even get ahead of Super Pow here. And Super Pow drops down into 6th, refuels completely, and now has the front wing changed. Oh, and there goes TSG! Oh, that was not a clean move. TSG desperately trying to get past Greta. Greta Thunberg, you cannot do that, dude. Greta Thunberg defending, you're not supposed to defend like that. That'll be brought to the stewards at the end. Greta Thunberg defending very dirtily, and TSG ends up with a penalty for it. You can only make one move to defend in racing. You can only make one move to defend in racing, and Greta Thunberg made several. TSG now has a penalty he's going to have to serve. And has damage. That'll be investigated by the stewards at the end of the race. Icon into the pits, and so is Lelost. Call Me Justin coming up right behind Rob Goblin, right behind Call Me Justin. Call Me Justin does go first and takes the lead of this race. Icon refueling, putting on new tyres. Where is Rob Goblin? Rob Goblin is now in 2nd place. And out goes Icon ahead of Lelost. And Simi 69 moves up into 4th. TSG now about to serve. Greta Thunberg does drop back. I'm not sure what happened there. I didn't see the move. TSG paid his penalty. They don't come into the pits yet. Icon 4 seconds behind Rob Goblin, and his own Rob Goblin is only 3 seconds behind Call Me Justin. This could be a very epic race for Rob Goblin. He needs to manage his fuel though. Lelost 3.2 seconds behind Icon. Shaggy Marathon had joined, but he was just too late. Rob Goblin 3.6 seconds behind Call Me Justin, who's in a better fuel situation than Call Me Justin. TSG's going to have to pit to repair. Greta Thunberg's going to have to pit to repair and get new tyres, but so is TSG. This will be interesting how that turns out. Invisible Trio and Thomas down in 7th and 8th at the moment. Super Pow down in 6th and struggling to catch Simi. .9 seconds is the gap between Call Me Justin and Rob Goblin. Icon now right behind Rob Goblin. Icon pushing hard to catch Rob Goblin. Rob Goblin pushing hard to catch Call Me Justin. With only 8 laps left remaining in the race. Rob Goblin right behind Call Me Justin, and Call Me Justin has still got that front wing damage. Icon now 1.8 seconds behind Rob Goblin. Now, Rob is under no obligation to move over to the side for Icon. The question is will he? It will compromise his race against Call Me Justin if he was to do so. So Icon's going to have to make a move on the straight. Rob Goblin 2.3 seconds behind Call Me Justin. Call Me Justin is in the lead of this race with now only 7 laps to go. Icon 1 second behind Rob Goblin. Call Me Justin, did he get into a bit of trouble? Because he's 1.8 seconds now ahead of Rob Goblin. Rob Goblin is really starting to catch him now. And Icon now really fast, moving up on Icon, or on Rob Goblin. Icon's better off to wait, and Rob Goblin lets him through. Rob Goblin was never going to be able to defend against him, but Rob Goblin will be able to pull a massive slipstream off of Icon. And Call Me Justin in the lead of this race. Super Pow down in 6th at the moment. TSG is going to have to pit. Rob Goblin 9/10 of a second behind Icon, but Icon right on the tail of Call Me Justin. And does go past Call Me Justin. Oh, Call Me Justin fights back at Icon. And now Icon moves up. And right behind him is Rob Goblin in the slipstream, loving the battle between the two of them. And Call Me Justin is not letting up first place. And Icon now on the outside line is going ahead of Call Me Justin, and Rob Goblin in the middle of all of that is after gaining on both of them. And now Call Me Justin is in trouble because here comes Rob Goblin up on the inside line to go into 2nd place, but goes too wide and Call Me Justin comes back. And Icon 1.5 seconds now out in the lead, but the race we're watching is Rob Goblin versus Call Me Justin, who goes very wide. And Lilas is brought back into the mix now. Call Me Justin 1.3 seconds ahead of Icon now, or of Rob Goblin should I say. Rob Goblin now starting to push to catch Call Me Justin, and Lilas all the middle of that is after catching up. And Icon 2.3 seconds now out in the lead. Arturo M, I'm not sure where, and TSG is in the pits getting new tyres on. I'm not sure what happened to Nacho Surf. Nacho Surf is in trouble getting dumped out of this championship unless he starts turning up to races. I'm not happy with Nacho Surf, so Super Pow, I'll talk to you after the race because you need to have a word with Nacho Surf because I'm going to dump him out and replace him with someone unless he starts turning up. Icon is now 3.3 seconds and Rob Goblin's after dropping back a little bit. And here comes Lilas. Lilas is now moving up past Rob Goblin. And Lilas will be hunting down Call Me Justin. Call Me Justin goes into the pits. So does Rob Goblin. Rob Goblin. Call Me Justin was on hard compound tyres. Only need enough fuel to get to the end of the race. Don't need to refuel completely. And Rob Goblin is released. Right behind Call Me Justin. How about this? How about this for action? Super Pow's into the pits. Rob Goblin right behind Call Me Justin. And now we've got a battle on. Both cars are on soft compound tyres. The race at the front is 5-10 seconds. The race we really want to see is where's Rob Goblin going to finish. Rob Goblin right behind Call Me Justin. 2 tenths, 1.2 seconds. In fact, Thomas now, after coming back into the middle of all of it. And here comes Rob Goblin. 8 tenths of a second. Call Me Justin. 7 tenths ahead. Oh, gets a little bit wide, but manages to hold on. 0.8 of a second is what separates them. 0.9 of a second now. Rob Goblin got a lovely exit from there. Kyoto, how are you doing? Rob Goblin 0.9 of a second behind. Call Me Justin. Rob Goblin definitely has the straight line speed over Call Me Justin. Simi 69 into the pits now for fuel. And Call Me Justin and Rob Goblin are within touching distance of each other. 0.9. You can see the power coming out of that. Nissan GTR. Oh, Call Me Justin's gone wide. And here comes Rob Goblin to move up into third place. And takes third place in this race. Call Me Justin, despair. Rob Goblin, elation. But Call Me Justin is right behind him. Here comes Call Me Justin, 0.5 of a second separate them. Rob Goblin now into the third. He's up into the podium places. And is now 0.7 of a second ahead of Call Me Justin. New era GTR versus old era GTR. Call Me Justin up onto the grass. Will have lost a little bit of time. 1 second is the gap now. TSG in 9th. Greta Thunberg down in 10th in the points at least. Rob Goblin in third place at his home race. He's in the podium positions. Rob Goblin at his home race of the season with only 4 laps to go is 1 second ahead of the person he's been battling since race or from lap 1. Now Call Me Justin in the slipstream. Rob Goblin. Rob Goblin gets a good exit, but so does Call Me Justin. Oh, Call Me Justin's gone very wide there. Rob Goblin pushing super hard. Call Me Justin also pushing really hard. Call Me Justin now is 1 second behind and is in the slipstream of Rob Goblin. 1 second is the slipstream barrier, I believe. Rob Goblin and Call Me Justin have been battling it out since lap 1. The closest race all year. Super Pow now 1 second behind Simi 69 and has a 0.5 second time penalty. Invisible Trio 4 seconds behind him. TSG is starting to catch up a small bit. TSG gets the fastest lap of the race and we'll get an extra point for that. Rob Goblin 7/10, 6/10, 5/10. Here comes Call Me Justin. Rob Goblin defending well. Call Me Justin gets a really good exit there. 3/10. Separate them. Call Me Justin looks to the outside line but goes a little wide. So does Rob Goblin though. 2 laps left remaining. Rob Goblin 0.4 of a second ahead of Call Me Justin. Call Me Justin now really pushing, trying to find anything. Icon 7 seconds into the lead to 8 seconds in the lead. Rob Goblin gets a really nice exit from there, but here comes Call Me Justin right in the slipstream of Rob Goblin. But it's not going to be enough to keep up with Rob Goblin's GTR. And Lelost is starting to get caught up in... Oh, Lelost is off the track. Rob Goblin 0.3 of a second separate them now. 0.2 of a second. Here Here comes Calmy Justin, looks to make a move up on the inside. They make contact, but Calmy Justin goes through. Rob Goblin now in the slipstream of Calmy Justin. Here comes Rob Goblin. He won't make a move though. Oh no, Rob Goblin goes a little wide but manages to hold on. Right now in the slipstream of Calmy Justin is Rob Goblin. With only 2 laps left to go. It comes down to who's ever going to make a mistake. Calmy Justin starting to pull away a little bit from Rob Goblin. Rob Goblin now pushing hard to try and catch Calmy Justin. 8/10 separate them. 7/10 of a second. Rob Goblin's in the slipstream. And that slipstream really works a lot better for Rob Goblin than it does for Calmy Justin. Really good exit. And now the times are dropping down. 6/10 separate them. Could Calmy Justin get into a little bit of problems with the blue flag, Greta Thunberg? Calmy Justin starting to lose a little bit of time to Rob Goblin. Now he's gained it back. Both Greta Thunberg gets out of the way for Rob Goblin and for Calmy Justin. Calmy Justin is after moving really 2 seconds ahead of Rob Goblin. Not sure what happened there. But Rob Goblin, look at the amount of time he gains on that back straight. He gains so much time. He just has a faster car in a straight line. And he's already back on the tail of Calmy Justin, just out of raw pace alone. Calmy Justin now takes a very tight line there, but so does Rob Goblin. Rob Goblin now 1.3 seconds behind Calmy Justin. Calmy Justin starting to struggle for fuel, but so is Rob Goblin. Rob Goblin now gets a really good exit from there. Whoa, and all of a sudden, it's back down to 1 second. 9/10 of a second separate them. 8/10 of a second separate them. Greta. Here comes Rob Goblin, gaining so much time on that back straight. It's the final lap. Icon had to spare in round number 2 of the Super Championship. The rain came in and ruined his race. But on race number 3, he won't make any mistake and wins by quite some margin. Icon will win at Brands Hatch and crosses the line for his first race win of the year. Lilost will take second, and by the looks of it, here we go, the battle to the line. Calmy Justin and Rob Goblin, 1 second separates them. Calmy Justin needs to make no mistakes here, because Rob Goblin will punish him for it. And Calmy Justin will finish 3rd and will finish on the podium. Rob Goblin will finish 4th. An epic result for Rob Goblin and his team. Whew. What an epic race that was. What an epic race that was. Epic race. Epic race. Well done, everybody. Well done. Icon, you have won your first race of the season, and now it is time for the anthems. Of course, I can't play certain anthems because YouTube is stupid. Right, time for the anthems. Please, everyone, be respectful of my national anthem because I own the team. So it's my team played first and then the driver's national anthem. So please, everybody, be respectful of the national anthem of the Republic of Ireland. No, that's not the national anthem. That's still not the national anthem. Slanaveen. And now for the national anthem of Austria. Congratulations, Icon. What an epic victory it was for you today. It's a pity Jaggy Marathon couldn't have been here as well to gain some points for Sarouche. But Call Me Justin was P3. Shut your gob. You finished P4. I really thought you were going to get on the podium today. Shut your gob. I really thought you were going to get on the podium. Congratulations, Icon. What an epic victory for you today. Lee Lost. What an epic second place for you. A big podium for you. And Call Me Justin, your first podium of the season. Makes no sense for me to drive against you guys. 50 seconds behind ninth. You wouldn't even notice when I am not here. Greta, we would actually. We would notice big time if you were not here. You're a big part of the championship, dude. You know, it just, you got unlucky today. I mean, in the first race of the season, you got unlucky. You've gotten lucky for the last two races. And to be quite honest, you had quite a couple of good battles last week as well. Alejandro, can't recording the race. Can someone do it for me? Does the replay save even if you close the lobby? No, it does not, but I'm going to save the replay myself. I'm not sure what the fuck that was about, but... Call Me Justin, what an epic race that was for you. Wow. And Rob Goblin, I really thought you were going to get on the podium today. What a podium it would have been for you today. But anyway, folks, that is all I have time for. I've got to go like right now because I have to go take my missus to I have to take her to work. But lads, thank you so much for tuning in. What an epic race. What an epic race it was. I'll Call Me Justin, I hope you don't mind me saying, but I am so gutted that Rob Goblin did not finish on the podium at his home race and his team's home race. I am gutted. I really was hoping to see him on the podium, but that's not to take away from you, dude. At one point, you did not deserve that podium position. You just pulled up your socks and decided, nah, I'm going having that, and you just took it. So fair play to Call Me Justin. What a great race it was, and what an entertaining race it was. We didn't even see the front of the pack for pretty much all the race because Icon just took off and went into a league of his own. But congratulations to both of you. What an epic race it was. And to that battle for fourth at the start of the race as well. It was a 5-way battle for fourth. It was epic. But anyway, folks, I've got to go like right now. And without further ado, go to Mila Magot, August, Slanavalya.